Your chickens shouldn't need baths, and they definitely shouldn't need baths regularly for like any reason. Chickens are naturally predisposed to take what are called dust baths and sun baths, which some of us affectionately call death naps, because we will see them out in the yard just stretched out in these like awkward, strange positions, just bathing in the sun. Dust baths are also dirt baths, and it's when we see our chicken, and you'll see it like with little baby chicks, like couple-week-old chicks. As soon as you put them on the soil, what you'll notice, like in addition to them like flying back and forth from side to side in the coop, you'll notice them get down in the dirt and start like ruffling up the dirt with their wings down into their feathers, and that's because they are cleaning themselves using the dirt. In order to help our chickens maintain their own cleanliness, we want to make sure that we're providing them with like fresh dirt, like real dirt, like this kind of dirt, like soil, because we want them to have access to the naturals and minerals and things that break down in like real soil. Additionally, people will add things like wood ash to that dirt, to that soil, and wood ash is really great for helping our chickens prevent parasite infestations. I know diatomaceous earth is a thing that you will often hear a lot about putting in dust baths. Personally, I have a hot take on this because I believe that diatomaceous earth can actually cause way more harm than it's good for, and it can actually be really damaging to the chicken's respiratory tract. So when you consider that the whole purpose of the dirt bath is to like rustle up the dirt and breathe it in, it seems very hazardous to me to put that diatomaceous earth in the dust bath. Not to mention, diatomaceous earth works, it's essentially like fiberglass, like little shards of, I mean, it's not, but it's like fiberglass in that it works by breaking down the exoskeleton of the parasites. It's not actually like an anti-parasitic where they're going to ingest it and it's like a poison that they're going to die. It's more like the substance, the particles are going to get on their skin and in the exoskeleton and break them down that way. And is that the kind of thing that you consider that you really want your chickens breathing in? I don't. Your chickens need good natural dirt and access to sunlight. Additionally, you'll probably notice that your chickens are like pecking at themselves often, and this is called preening. They will preen themselves. They will also preen other birds in the flock. They will preen their young. Mama hens will teach their baby hens how to preen themselves. And maybe another lesser known fact is that right around the vent, there's actually a little gland there that secretes an oil, and you may notice your chickens preening back around the vent, like they'll start there and then move their way around the body, and that's because they are getting that oil up on their beak and then they're preening other areas on their body. You guys know that I am a fan of breeding for natural health and vigor, and one of the things that I will pay attention to in my flock is which birds are less susceptible to parasites, because the thing is, it's not just an immunity thing, although immunities do play a role in it. Some of it is just how those birds are predispositioned to preen and clean themselves. You know, another fact is that like bees are actually this way too, like honeybees. There are some species of honeybees who are better at, they're more hypoallergenic than other. They're better at cleaning themselves, better at like getting varroa mites off themselves, like pollines, for example. Chickens seem to be that way too. I don't know if it's like a breed specific thing or like a chicken specific thing. So with all of that being said, I can say that there are a couple times when it seems appropriate to bathe chickens. Probably the most appropriate time is for people who show chickens, who are getting their chickens like ready for the show. And they have certain methods and grooming practices which I have no idea about because I have never even considered showing a chicken. It is way out of my league. But maybe Scott and Evan or the Holmesley Homestead or even Jessica over at the Gypsy Hen could do a video about that for us. The other time where it might be appropriate to bathe a chicken is if you have some sort of gastrointestinal thing going on and there is like a lot of mess around the vent, or if there was like an injury or something. We want to clean up messes as much as possible because we don't want to attract flies, because we really don't want to see fly strike. Trust me on that. I wouldn't even advise Googling it. It's awful. In the event that you're cleaning messy vents, what I would really suggest to you is that you find out the underlying cause of it. And if it's something that's ongoing, it may even be a good idea to like trim the feathers around the vent to try to keep the area clean, because again, we do not want flies, we do not want fly strikes, and we do not want the smell of all of that.